Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
Brave British prisoner Vladimir Kara-Murza thought he was about to be executed when he was hauled out of his cell in a Russian jail. Instead, the 42-year-old was part of a dramatic Cold War-style prisoner swap that also saw Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich freed. Kara-Murza is now in Cologne undergoing a checkup and medical tests after surviving the brutal Russian prison system that almost killed him. He has now broken his silence and said that until the last minute he did not know where he was being taken by warders. The Russian opposition politician, who has a UK passport, feared he was to be shot or something. He told family friend Leonid Nevslin. Earlier, he told his family, "I was sure I was going to die in prison." Instead, he was taken to Moscow and allowed to leave Russia after Kremlin ruler Vladimir Putin issued a pardon. Another Russian political prisoner released to the West had the same feeling of terror about her fate. A friend of Sasha Skokolenko, 33, jailed for protesting against Putin's war in Ukraine, said the group had been helped in notorious Lefortovo jail in Moscow ahead of the exchange. They were given black jail robes, said the friend. They were issued pardon papers, but then harsh guys in balaclavas appeared. They twisted the prisoners' arms and took them towards the airport. They didn't understand if this was actually an exchange, or if they were driven to be shot. They spoke in a horrendous manner to the prisoners. In an emotional Oval Office call, Kara-Murza spoke to his family and the President of the United States. He said, "No word is strong enough for this. I was sure I was going to die in prison. I still think I am sleeping in my prison cell in Omsk instead of hearing your voice." Kara-Murza was serving a horrific 25-year prison sentence for treason in a hellhole penal colony in Siberia. He was arrested in April 2022 before being sentenced a year later in a show trial. While in prison, his health deteriorated and friends worried that he would likely die. Kara-Murza, who grew up and studied in Britain, suffers from a nerve disorder after the two poisonings in 2015 and 2017 that he blames on the Kremlin. Fears of a planned Russian assassination were ramped up when Kara-Murza's ally Alexei Navalny was found dead inside his jail. "I still think I am sleeping in my prison cell in Omsk instead of hearing your voice." He had warned that Putin was a vengeful, cowardly, greedy old man who still holds on with a death grip, destroying anyone in whom he sees a threat to his power. He must be stopped. And only Russian society itself can do this. Former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev has also threatened those the Kremlin freed. He said, "I would like, of course, for the traitors to Russia to rot in a dungeon or die in prison, as often happened." He implied that those freed who were pardoned by Putin before they flew abroad would need protection in future from Russian agents. He said, "Let the traitors now feverishly select new names and actively disguise themselves under the witness protection program." Fears over his health were highlighted again recently after the Brit vanished from jail and was sent to an unknown location. Russia's prison service FSIN said Kara-Murza was being transferred from the IK6 penal colony in Omsk to another location, but it did not say where. His lawyer Vadim Prokhorov wrote on Facebook, "Today a lawyer for Vladimir Kara-Murza for a second day running was not allowed to visit him in a prison hospital. The exact location of the political prisoner is unknown. The lawyer was stopped from visiting on Tuesday and Wednesday because Kara-Murza was having a medical examination," Prokhorov said. More than 160 Russian citizens have been imprisoned for opposing the war, according to human rights group OVD Info. However, Kara-Murza's sentence is the harshest so far. A total of 19,854 Russians were arrested between February 24, 2022 and January 28, 2024, for speaking out or demonstrating against the invasion. Falsely jailed Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich was detained on baseless accusations of espionage in March 2023. Here is a timeline of key events. Russia's security service, the FSB, charged him with espionage, a charge that he, the Wall Street Journal, and the U.S. government deny. They argued without